Hi everybody! Today we'll be doing something different just for fun, and you'll probably end up having a bit of a laugh at how badly I do with this, but this is a challenge that I saw in the Colouring Heaven newsletter that I got this week, and it's based around mermaids. So this is the free page that they gave you. And it's actually a challenge, or a series of challenges really, a series of 5-minute challenges. And each of these little mermaids, there's a 5-minute challenge to do. And then there's one to see how much background you can do in 5 minutes as well. So I thought I'd have a go at that and just to see how well I could do. And a couple of people from the Colouring Heaven team have actually done this, and they've used pencils. But I didn't see any rules or anything anywhere that said you couldn't use markers. So I have got my markers out here at the side to be ready and see if that will help me be a little bit faster. I haven't rehearsed or anything, so I don't know how badly this is going to go at all. I guess that you'll probably end up having a bit of a laugh at how badly I do. But anyway, yeah, here we go. And as I said, each little mermaid has got its own little different 5-minute challenge, or different challenges that have to be done within 5 minutes. And the first one is fairly easy. I'll just start at the corner and work kind of along like that. And the first one is just basically to colour the picture in 5 minutes. So I've got my handy dandy kitchen timer here. We set the timer for 5 minutes. We'll see how well we go, and I thought maybe, there we go, 5 minutes. I want to try and make it so you guys can see the timer. And I thought maybe just picking a colour at random. I could see how well we could do with this. And the colour we've got for her tail and her scales is from the Uhuhu markers. This is Antique Fuchsia. So I'm just going to try and lay down a bit of a base colour here. Maybe move to the chisel tip for the rest of her tail. And yeah, I will link this colouring page in the description below. It's in case anybody wants to have a try at this. Join in the craziness. It's a free download colouring page from Colouring Heaven. I don't know if it's specifically for this challenge. So yeah, it's by Nadeza Barkova via Shutterstock. So I will link that in the description below. And picking randomly for a hair, we have, quite appropriately for a mermaid, I think this one is pale blue. I'm trying to go as fast as I can rather than keep my colours smooth and stay in the lines, because yeah, I think having that timer ticking away at the side of me is putting the pressure on a little bit here. So just trying to go as fast as I can. I have no idea how much shading I'll be able to get done within this 5 minutes. As I said, I have not rehearsed. I'll try this out in any way. I have got my Arteza pencil set out at the side there. Just picking a random skin tone. I've got my Arteza pencil set up at the side, at the top. I can grab those for a little bit of shading later. This is also a uhuhu marker from the skin tone set. This is fine point and chisel as opposed to brush point and chisel. Just grabbing random colours just to add to the challenge really. Let's see what we can come up with. There we go, not looking super bad so far. Let's see, what can I... Sapphire blue, maybe that would shade her hair a little bit. Oh, pressure's on. I think I'm about halfway done already. That's kind of scary. But yeah, I'm not really expecting anything like a masterpiece from this. It's just for fun. And I've never been one who could resist a challenge. So when I saw it in the newsletter, I thought, yeah, I'm going to have a go at that just to see what we can come up with. I've never tried to colour anything within a 5-minute time limit. Usually I'm a pretty slow colourist, which is why I've grabbed my markers to try and use those to try and give myself a little bit of a leg up, because I know I'm super slow. And colouring one of these would probably take me at least a couple hours usually, especially if I stuck to just pencils. Oh goodness, I'm thinking down to about 2 minutes. It's going to go out and it's going to go off and scare the heck out of me, that alarm in a minute. Or 2 minutes rather. I'm going to try and keep this as a full real-time kind of colour along because, yeah, 5-minute challenges. I think I can cope with talking my way through those and not have to edit too much, hopefully. I do have all my supplies out and ready. So, oh goodness! 5 minutes! Well, that's not quite as bad as I was expecting. Yeah, I did manage to get a little bit of shading done there. So yeah, not a huge failure there on that one. Alright, moving on to the next challenge then. And that is to colour with your non-dominant hand. So, I'm not expecting this one to go super well at all. I think I might have done myself out of a minute there, you know. I'm not entirely sure how this timer works. I might have done myself out of a minute, but let's be honest, I was probably not going to get super much done in that amount of time. Alright, random skin colour. Honey. Oh, okay. And I am right-handed, so trying to colour this with my left hand will be, yep, something interesting. It'll be a case of, yeah, what outlines? We're not working to any outlines here. Yeah, oh goodness, this is terrible. I think a toddler could probably do better than that. It's quite a nice skin colour though, actually. I haven't actually used this one for skin before, but that's quite a nice colour. I'm going to have to keep that one in mind, I think. Oh, if I get the base colours down for this one, I'll be doing well. There's no way I'm going to get those fingers anyway looking good. Oh my word, I'm an idiot. There we go, at least we have some skin done. I'm picking a random colour for... Do we go for hair first? Oh, nice, light violet. Oh. Yeah. Oh goodness, over the lines again. This is terrible. Yeah, definitely not going to be one for Instagram, this, but I have to say it's quite fun. But yeah, it's looking like if I get the base colours down, I'm going to be doing well. I don't think there'll be much shading, if anything, on this at all. Although again, this is a nice colour that I haven't used at all, really. There we go, there's her hair, the best I can do. And for her tail, again, picking with my eyes closed. Buttercup yellow, oh lovely, that will go nice with that hair colour. Although, I'm not sure if you guys can actually see what I'm doing, because obviously it's set up to be colouring right-handed. I'm trying to leave my hand out of the way, so... There we go. Hopefully you could see what was going on there. Got a bit of colour onto her tail. Shall I try finding a colour to do a bit of shading? This one maybe. Try and bring some shading into her hair. Try and let you guys see what I'm doing. Is that even showing up? Nope, that's It's not showing up. I told you I have not. Maybe do a skin instead. I have not rehearsed it. Just this little. And I've not really used that colour before. I know that fuchsia colour. Look, there is still a minute left. Yeah, I was wrong the first time. I could have given myself an extra minute. Okay, sorry about that, guys. That's typical, isn't it? Start filming something like this and the postman comes to deliver a parcel. It is a book that I've been eagerly awaiting the arrival of, so I'm quite excited. But I will carry on and get this challenge finished. Okay, so the next one is to colour upside down, again with 5 minutes. I think I did have a minute remaining on that one, but I'm going to leave her as is because, let's be honest, I'm not going to get a lot more shading done on there and it won't be of any decent quality even if I do. So yeah, next one is to colour upside down, and I can't turn this the right way up until the timer goes, so here we go. Hopefully I should get my full 5 minutes on this one. I think I've only had 4 on the last 2, but there we go. Alright, at least I can use my dominant hand again this time. I'll pick that pastel peach, so I think I'll use that to do her skin. Looks like I have used this as a skin colour quite a lot. It's actually wearing out. I think it should last just long enough though, I hope. And this one has a lot more detail than the others, I think, looking at her. Okay, that's the skin. Let's see if we can pick up colour for a tail. Oh, purple again. This is deep violet. So, chiseling, let's get our scales done. This one is only slightly neater than the non-dominant hand. I very optimistically brought over my white gel pen and the white and black polychromos, but no, I am not going to have any time at all to be using those. Okay, there's her tail, another colour with my eyes closed. Cool grey. Ooh. The mermaid with the white hair. That would be such a cool idea, actually. This is a very light grey, yeah. Maybe I'm a little bit biased because at the moment I am actually working on one of the wits in my Witcher colouring book, and obviously our Geralt has white hair, so. And I have done it a couple of times this month actually, working on my Ravens theme, because yeah, doing a girl with white hair does look quite good with ravens. And Loki's decided to come in and say hello to everyone. Hi Loki. Hopefully he'll stay up on the sofa and be quiet. And, oh, a pink starfish. Lovely. That works quite well actually. That's quite a nice colour scheme for a mermaid. Right, I think maybe I'll shade her skin. Not much shading, I think I've done that. But we can try. Will I have time for blushy cheeks? I don't know. Oh, coming up to 1 minute. She needs blushy cheeks. What can I get? Can I reach a pink? Yay! Slightly blushy cheeks. Although upside down that is kind of a little bit difficult figuring out where they should go. That scared me. That actually scared me this time. And yep, there is a minute left on that, so let's work in a tiny little bit of shading on her hair. There we go. Yeah, that's how the timer works. I bought it specially to do this, so it's the first time I've been using it. And when it stops ticking, that's when your time is over. Okay, I can turn my page the right way around now. Okay, and the next challenge is to do sectional colouring, and that's when you draw, well, mostly circles I think people do, or shapes onto the colouring picture, and they just colour the areas that are inside the circles. So let me just grab my circle stencil. There we go. And a fineliner, and I hope we're allowed to do this before we actually start colouring. If the areas are smaller, I might be able to get a bit more detail done in. What should I do? A bit of a face and the starfish, maybe. And doing that. Maybe a smaller one with a tail. There we go. Yeah, so what you do is you draw the shapes, like circles is what people tend to use, and I think that's what they used when the Colouring Heaven staff actually did this challenge. They used the circles, so I have drawn my circles there, and hopefully you're allowed to do that before you start the timer. So here we go. You might be able to get a bit more detail in. There we go, 5 minutes. I'm hoping it doesn't scare me so much this time. And as a skin tone, what do we have? Marin. Okay. It's quite a nice skin tone. We only have a little bit of skin though in this one, in this big circle down here, so again, a little bit of skin. Colour for hair. Oh, that's a nice colour. Dusty green. Oh, that is a nice colour. Now, some of these markers I just haven't used since I've gotten them, I don't think. I'm pulling them out now and I'm thinking, oh, that's nice, that's nice. I need to use it. I need to use it. And that colour's lovely. Do we have any hair there? Yeah, we do. It's very mermaidy, actually. And a colour for a tail again. I'm trying to pick one with my eyes closed. That's one that's in the wrong box. Dark blush. Oh, that's a neon pink. Nice. We need a green, but let's see. Let's grab one. The background. Oh dear. I don't even know able to look at the swatch sheet before I pick these out. Yeah, it's not a good way to do things, but yeah, I do like that dusty green colour. I really do have to use that at some of the point. Wow, my base colours are down and there's like 3 minutes left. I don't know what to do with myself. Let's see, can we find a colour? Yeah, brown. Maybe something to can shade our skin a little bit with that. Oh, starfish. I have not picked the colour for the starfish. There we go, brown grey, that one. Yeah. Turquoise maybe, can we shade that? Nope, that's not showing up. Ocean blue. Yeah, there we go. Green. Not much time to be choosing these colours, so it's grabbing whichever is nearest and looks about right. And a dark pink has this one. Plum purple. Oh, that's alright, that looks okay. Scared me again! Okay, it's 2 minutes ago, we're still taking. Plushy cheeks. Has to be done. I saw deep teal while I was there. I wonder if I can. There we go. That's 5 minutes. Actually, that's turned out pretty well. I quite like that one. The next challenge is to use just one colour. And what they suggested when the Colouring Heaven team actually did this was to use one glittery gel pen, because mermaids, as everybody knows, glittery. And I do like colouring things with just one colour, but I don't think I've ever done it with a gel pen before, so this should be interesting. And again in 5 minutes, so yeah, let's see how this goes. I have picked this purple colour gel pen, very sparkly. Purple's my favourite colour, and I think the biggest challenge with this is not going to be putting my hand in it and smudging it everywhere. So let's get our 5 minutes. There we go. Let's see what we can do. That's probably not a good place to start. I'm definitely going to put my hand in there. I usually do this with biro when I do it with a ballpoint pen, and that is a lot. It's a lot easier, especially when the pen starts running out. No, don't do this to me. Nope, I think what I'm going to have to do is pick up a purple pencil and just go with that. That's nearly the same colour. I tried with the gel pen, it ran out. I don't have that many gel pens, to be honest. I don't use them that much except for gold and silver and white. and I like to use them for my actual, you know, proper colourings, so I didn't want to really bring them into this just for fun. But I will finish. You don't beat me that easily, challenge. One pencil, yep, that's a lot easier. But not with a 5-minute time limit, I have to say. Okay, let's get some hair. How much time for nice smooth blending here? We are going at the speed of light. And yep, I put my hand into the gel pen. I knew I would. Halfway. I'm trying to keep an eye on that timer so it doesn't scare me so much. Scales are so fiddly to try and do. Oh my goodness, more time left than I thought. Let's try a bit of shading inside the face. A little bit of a three-dimensional idea going on. I don't know if I'll be able to. I think I'm starting to get the hang of this. I've actually finished this one pretty much. Not the best colouring I've ever done in my life, but yeah. And a minute left. Oh, starfish. Oh, I told him a lie, I hadn't finished. Starfish. It's amazing how short a minute really is. And there we go, ticking's done, and I think she might actually be my favourite out of all of them. It's a shame the gel pen conked out part of the way through, but yeah, that's my favourite one, I think. Okay, so let me just move all of my markers. So I've got room for my watercolours for the next part of the challenge. This is getting more into my wheelhouse, but still with a 5-minute time limit on it, then we'll have to see what we can do. I'll just move all my markers out of the way so I've got room for my watercolours. Okay, for the next part of the challenge, it was to, starting with your favourite mermaid, add a colour background in any medium of your choice. So I've chosen to try and use these sparkly watercolours, metallic watercolour paint, because I haven't used this this particular one with all the blues and greens, and I thought that would fit in quite well with the mermaid theme. And I'm just going to try and use a water brush, which will be the first time I've used one of those. So hopefully, I'm just going to drop a little bit of water onto the paints. So we can start those getting primed and ready. And we'll see how much background we can add in 5 minutes. Okay, here we go. Let's start with the darkest blue. pretty colours. Oh, I need to grab a tissue quickly. Excuse me. Let's bring in some of this one. Please excuse the noisy neighbours. They park their car right outside our window and they always seem to choose to come and park their car whenever I'm filming. But today seems to have been the day for things going wrong and interruptions, so let's not worry about it. Does go to show that nothing can be perfect all the time. I mean, we all have days like this. And sometimes you do just need to let loose, have a bit of fun, not worry too much about the finished results. Which is what I've been doing here. And even if nothing else, I've found a couple of nice markers that I've barely even used. And I need to use them because they're such nice colours. Oh, off they go again. Yeah, I think there's only this little mermaid that's going to get a background. We'll try on these other colours. Let's see, what does the green look like? Oh, pretty. Let's bring it a little bit towards these other ones. They're being a bit neglected. Let's give this little lady a bit as well. Oh, maybe a different colour. That's never the same colour as the hair. Maybe that green. These colours aren't very mermaidy. To be honest, I'm not usually that big on colouring mermaids, to be honest. Not usually something I tend to gravitate towards, so this will be my one and only contribution towards mermaid, I think. And it has been quite fun, to be honest. Not a masterpiece in any sense of the word at all. Just before the timer runs out, let's do some traditional. There we go. That was a little bit longer than 5 minutes, but you can't do a water background without the splashing. That's what we've ended up with after our half an hour, broken into 5-minute challenges. And yeah, but not my best work ever, but that was really fun. I really can't resist a challenge, and yeah, that was quite fun to do. I hope you enjoyed watching me see what I could get done within 5 minutes and discovering some nice colours and markers that I didn't know that I actually had, since I haven't used since I did the swatch sheet. Even if nothing else, that's what's come out of today. So I hope you enjoyed watching the video. See you in future videos, everyone. Take care. Bye!